What's up, friends of casual magic? What's up, kitchen table wizards? What's up, deck brewers all over the world? The audience has spoken. We are going to do a cat video. Actually, I already gave you a little bit of a hint of this deck in our gauntlet that I've made, where we have tribal decks battle it out to have a winner by the end of the month. So do check it out as well after the video. But before we head into the deck tech, I need to be honest. It wasn't really me alone that built this deck. I did it with a little bit of help from my cats. Alright, cat deck today. Let's start with what? Our equipment? Or maybe... Come on, inspiration? Not really a lot of inspiration today. No intern to ask questions or bounce ideas off anymore. Monica is away at work. I could ask. Can try. First dilemma: which colors to play? Okay, black and white. Okay, which legendary cats should we include? Maybe I go and ask them as well. Okay. Planeswalkers. Should we include planeswalkers? What about cat lords? Are there any cat lords we can use? King of the Prides. Okay. Maybe I ask for some other general ideas. Let's see what they say. So Storm, leave me alone. And Cookie, I want to sleep from dusk till dawn. Stop bothering me. Okay, I think we'll go from here. I think we have enough info. So today's deck will be around 40 euros, 50 US dollars, but we can make it even cheaper, because if we skip 4 or 5 cards, we could bring it down to even less than 20 euros. Maybe you need some extra cash to buy this deck. Well, you can win a card market voucher. I will announce this week's winner at the end of the video. Just leave a comment below which cat you like the most in the video, or which cat you think should be in the video. Can be Storm, Cookie, or another cat. Maybe it can be your cat, I don't know. Just subscribe and leave a comment, and at the end of the video I will announce the winner of this week. So apart from the fact that we know that Storm is always hungry, cats in general are quite mysterious creatures, and that's why I also wanted the lands to be quite mysterious. I play 12 planes, and for the planes I've chosen this cool art from Throne of Eldraine. It's created by Howard Lyon. Of course, Howard Lyon works very well in a cat deck, so that's also a little bit of a reason why I chose this. but I also think it's very mysterious, very cool, especially with the mysterious magical thing at the horizon. Then I also included 4 swamps, and you probably already saw this swamp in another video. This is still my #1 mysterious art swamp that's out there from Shippy. The land is already from 2008, but I still love it, especially with the moon and also the symmetry in the art. Really cool art. I also included 2 idyllic grange, 3 isolated chapels and 1 temple of the silent cat. Now let's talk about the creatures, aka the cats. First we start with the kittens, the 1 mana cats, and I play a bunch of those in this deck. I play 4 black cats, especially for Storm, 2 Dread Malkin and 2 Cauldron Familiar, and I also play 1 Twilight Panther. Then of course I needed to include the iconic cat named Savannah Lions. I included 2 copies of it and a new version, the Leonin Vanguard. And the last one in the 1-drop slot is 1 Sacred Cat. Then let's head into the 2-drop slot. I included a Pouncing Lynx, an Adorned Pouncer that comes back from the graveyard as a zombie cat, and of course a Ajani's Pride Mage, which works very well with a lot of lifelink that we have in the deck. Then I also included a Leonin Relic Warder, very good against artifacts and enchantments, and of course a Leonin Sky Hunter to also have some flying cats. Of course the deck also includes some legendary cats. As Cookie told us, we need to include Brimaz, and when we included Brimaz, it gives me a reason to also include those 2 nice tokens from Storm, designed by one of our fans, Bella. Really, I still play with those tokens. Super cool for this design. Thanks again. Apart from Big Brimaz, who is an awesome include in the deck, I also play 1 Kaheera. It's a cat lord that also gives all our cats vigilance. And of course, I also need to include Lurrus of the Dream Den. This cat works especially well with a Dread Malkin and a Cauldron Familiar, because you can sacrifice the Familiar to the Malkin and play it again each turn, draining your opponent and making the Malkin bigger. The last legendary cat I included was Jazal Goldmane. Very aggressive 4/4 first strike for 4 mana, that's a lot of 4s. And for 5 you can have attacking creatures gain +X/+X, where X is the number of attacking creatures, so a very cool combat ability. Then I also included some cards with Mutate, some relatively new cards from Ikoria. I added 1 Cup Warden and a Necropanther. And to be honest, the Cup Warden I added for 2 reasons. First one, so I can use my cookie tokens. Second one is also because then I could include these gorgeous comic book art style versions of the card. And I did this also for the Necropanther. Now, you know that I rarely include 4-offs in the deck, and you maybe also know I have a limit where I include maximum 3 playsets of a card. And I do this just for diversity, because then all your games are different. You get a lot of different card combinations when you play with the decks. But I included 1 4-off because I want to have the tribal team very dominant in this deck. And that's why I included 4 King of the Pride. Other cats gain +2/+1. This is a really strong ability on this lion. Another cat that boosts the team with creatures, with cookie tokens in this case, is the Leonin War Leader. I included 2 copies of this card, and also I included 1 other cat lord, the Regal Caracal. Especially for the lifelink, this is an awesome card. So these were the cats. chosen by Cookie and Storm, now I also included some non-cat cards. Because we are really going tribal, I included the following 2 cards. I included 1 Etchings of the Chosen and 1 Icon of Ancestry. For 3 mana, they both make your team stronger and they also have a nice extra ability. The Etchings can protect your cats and the Icon can search for more cats. Then I also play some spot removal, mostly for 2 or 3 mana. I play a Disenchant, it's a little bit a catch-all for artifacts and enchantments. A Mortify for creatures and enchantments. Some more creature removal with a cast down. And also a Despark for big threats. Then I also include 1 Brave the Elements, and this is a really cool combat trick, or you can use it to protect your cats from red decks with mass removal. Now Cookie was talking to me about Dusk Till Dawn, and this gave me actually an idea for a card that works very well in this deck. Dusk Dawn is a split card from NonCats, and for Dusk you can destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. So having this card in your starting hand really dictates if you're going to be aggressive or defensive. Most of the time the deck plays pretty aggressive, but you could also wait a little bit, then play a Dusk and have a Dawn later in your graveyard to get some cards back if your opponent is playing a lot of removal. Interesting to note also that 20 of the cats we are playing have power 2 or less. So a Catwalker we also needed to include. I've asked Cookie and she came up with this one. Ajani, Adversary of Trians, is a great planeswalker in the deck for 4 mana. It can make our cats stronger, get 1 of the small cats back from our graveyard to the battlefield, or if you ultimate him, you can get an emblem and you will have a lot of Cookie tokens at the end step. So this was the deck, this was the list. Let's now head into the power rankings. Maybe you already seen it in the gameplay, but this is a quite powerful deck in Casual Magic. It's not really that complex to play, and it's also very consistent because it has a lot of lords and a lot of cats in the deck. This deck plays much better offensively than defensively. I think it's really fun to play, and also I think it's good value for money because it's not that expensive. Now, how does the deck play against other decks? This we'll find out in the metagame review. A lot of the cats in the deck have lifelink or can gain lifelink. So this deck can play very well against aggressive strategies. And also against mid-range strategy, it can hold its own. Against control, it gets a little bit more difficult because it's quite vulnerable against mass removal. And against combo decks, it does have a few answers, but not that many. In the intro, I already hinted that we can make this deck a little bit less expensive. So we can make a stray cat version of the deck. For this, we remove the 3 isolated chapels and Brimaz, King of Oreskos. By doing this, you will easily save $20 or almost 20 euros. And you can swap the cards with a less expensive Scoured Baron. And if you want to play a legendary cat, you can play Miri the Cursed. Or if you just want good value, you can play a Sky Hunter Skirmisher. It's a flyer with double strike, and because of the lords and especially the King of the Prides, this can be a very hard hitting cat in the air. So we're almost at the end of our video. Please let me know in the comments which is your favorite cat and you might win a voucher. And talking about vouchers, let's ask Cookie who won this time. Okay, Abraham Rodriguez, you almost have a similar name than my name. Congratulations, you can contact me, you can find the info in the description below. And to you and everyone else, as always, keep it casual. Bye!